Hello, this is a tutorial to help those running a Linux, Ubuntu, or a variation of Ubuntu like Linux Mint to get Stellarium telescope control to work in Linux. Now, Stellarium works in Linux right out of the box. You don't have to download anything extra. You don't have to install anything extra like I've heard you'd have to do with Windows. So the interesting thing is, though, is that it will not connect to the telescope. This is the problem I've had. And I found the answer. And we're going to put this out here so everybody else can find the answer easily too. First thing you're going to want to do is download Stellarium. And you can do this just in your package manager, software manager. And then just download Stellarium. And as you can see by the green check mark, I already have it installed, so I won't be installing it, but just click on that, install it. That's fine. And then go ahead and open it. So once you get it open here, okay, and then you just go to location window, put where you are in the world, right? And then of course in the date and time, make sure your date and time is properly set as well. So that's all we're going to do with Stellarium right now. Then go ahead and turn on your go-to mount and align it. I did a single star alignment with Polaris, and I just kind of put it in the general direction. It went just fine. Once you got your go-to mount is aligned and you have your Stellarium basically set up, what we're going to do is we're going to open up a terminal. And let me make this big. And what you're going to do is you're going to type sudo space add user space, and whatever your user is. I happen to be Maisha, and you could be John or Tim or whatever, Jane. And then you're going to type out dial out. Then hit enter. It's going to ask you for your password. This is your root password. And then mine's telling me I'm already a member of Dial Out. Yours will say something different. But again, I've already done all of this. I'm showing you guys how to go through it. So now you're going to reboot. Now when you reboot though, I want you to shut it down, not restart, but actually shut it down. And when it's down, go ahead and take the USB from your handset on your go-to mount and plug it into your computer. And start it back up, and I'll meet you back when that's done. Okay, so you should have rebooted your computer, but before you started it back up, you've plugged in your go-to mount. So we're going to check and see that we are part of Dial Out. space dash GN. Maisha, you see now that I am part of Dial Out, and you should have whatever user account you put in there should be where you see Maisha on mine. Okay, next we want to check and make sure that the USB port is now part of Dial Out. This is why I had you plug the cable in when you were shut down. So all you're going to do is you're going to type ls space dash l space /dev /tty capital U capital S capital B 0. Hit enter. Yours should look somewhat like what you see here, CRW-RW. It should look something like that. Now, basically, you are good to go. You're ready. Let's exit out of that. We're going to open up Stellarium. Okay, so now we have Stellarium lit up. We're going to make our telescope operate in Stellarium. So we're going to go over here to the configuration window. Click on that. I want you to go to plugins. Go down to telescope control. Click on the load at startup. We're in telescope control. We're going to open that up. As you can see, I've already got a couple of them here. Let's just go ahead and delete that one. There we go. This one's connected. Let's stop it. Okay, so now we're going to add a telescope. If you have one telescope, of course, that'll be number 1. Another telescope would be number 2, so on and so on. Okay, so to add a telescope, we're going to go down to this little button right here. Okay. And we're going to add a new telescope. Click on that. Leave all of this. This doesn't matter. All the defaults are just fine. So I'm going to name this telescope, I don't know, let's call it Hercules. Why not? Okay. Then we're going to click on Start Connect at Startup. Okay, so then we're going to click OK. But before we do that, I already have a telescope. I'm not going to have it started connect. You would want that if you were just using one telescope. Okay, now you see down here I have Hercules. That telescope is recognized. And I'm going to start it. It says it's connected. Okay, so that's all you should really have to do. So let me go over here to the north where Polaris should be, because that's where I align. Now you see right up here, this is my telescope reticle. This says that I am on Polaris. Let's go back over here to the moon. That's a good one. So because you have one telescope, you would hit Control 1 and that would move your telescope. I have the second one that we're using here for this demonstration, Control 2. And you can hear the mount. It's going. You now have guidance and telescope control in Stellarium for free. It's a wonderful program. I hope you get a lot of use and enjoyment out of it. And I wish you clear skies. Thanks for watching. Bye.